What is going on, everybody? Is Alex coming back at you with another video. Today, we are doing the Tennessee Titans. Yesterday, we did the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm receiving a lot of good news on that. I like that people are enjoying the content, and we're going to be doing a similar situation today in terms of having the ranking be my ranking, what I predict. So, actually, to get around this, because of the fact that we'd have to trade up, and it takes a lot of draft capital to be even trade up 3 spots. I'm going to be controlling 2 teams, the Bears and then the Titans, because the Bears are at that pick, just so I can trade back with the Bears. So we're going to simulate the Bears picks. You guys aren't going to see that. Most likely, you guys might. I'm not 100% sure. Who cares? Let's do it. You guys get a little behind-the-scenes peek here. So we're going to be trading the Bears, like, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th for the Tennessee Titans, which we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're not going to do the 4th, so the 5th and the 6th. So we're going to trade that all away, just so the Titans can have the correct picks. Alright, now the Titans have accepted it. We can see how the draft is just starting to lay out, so this is a basic-ass normal draft at this point. Devontae Smith's like a real curveball here, and Justin Fields falling is kind of a curveball. But Aiden Hutchinson coming up that high is also very interesting. So we're here at number 15, and I mean, this is kind of a both what's realistic and what we should do type pick, or like and what I would do type pick. Here, we're gonna move this up here. For me, I honestly think that corner could be a priority. I know you guys have plenty of corners, but I mean, there is some major talent falling. But I mean, with the talent of Kyle Pitts on the board, which I think he and Freiermuth are like 1 and 2. They're not really too separated. I think Kyle Pitts would be an excellent option to add alongside Jonnu Smith. As a matter of fact, I think Kyle Pitts is too much like Jonnu in the fact that he's much more athletic and less of a blocker. We're getting Pat Freiermuth here, somebody who is much better at blocking, and he's like honestly, I think of him as a micro Gronk. If I'm not mistaken, I think Pat Freiermuth is like at 11th overall on my board, and then Kyle Pitts at 10th. So they're equal value to me, so don't get all pissy seeing that I reach, technically. Here's the Bears pick. Okay, so kind of a bad thing, kind of weird thing. In order for me to not have to, because you can't simulate picks, even if they're your own, I had to end up trading the picks of the Bears to another team. So I just gave them to the Browns because I think they're the most stacked overall. So don't really worry about what the Browns select. I just have them as another team in here. So, yeah, unfortunately, you got to do what you got to do in order to make this as realistic as possible. So, obviously, the Browns don't have 2 second-round picks right here and here. But it's whatever, guys. So, we're here. Let's just see what type of talent is at number 47. We're definitely not getting another tight end. So, Jalen Mayfield's here. It's an interesting option, because they say interior offensive line's an issue, but I honestly think that the tackle that they got at the end of the 1st this year is much better suited at guard because his lack of footwork and shit. But I mean, I'm not gonna piss off you Titans fans with giving you this unless I think that it's extremely justified, which it kind of is. I don't know if Owusu is the most logical pick at 53. I don't know if he should be ranked right there. But linebacker-wise, McGrone's here. I've seen him go in the 1st. I'm not too huge of a fan. I mean, I'm all for the offensive line, guys, and I know you guys hate this idea, but I mean, guys, can you imagine if Chaz Surratt paired up with Harold Landry and Rashawn Evans? Can you imagine the speed in that linebacking core? It's too good for me. It's too good. I know you guys are going to hate the idea, but, man, the idea of having Chaz Surratt, I know in defensive line is a huge issue. We could go J2FL here, but the just insane speed in that linebacking core would be absolutely unheard of. Like, Chaz Surratt is so quick, he's so fast, very talented, still growing. His real only issue is the fact that he is extremely young at the position. Not young age-wise, but he used to be a quarterback. But the fact that he is just really, he's raw. And he could have came out last year, but he's decided to come back and get a little bit better and better. So I like this guy a lot. He has a high character, and he's just going to continue adding insane talent to this linebacking core. Because I'm pretty sure Avery Williamson went to the Jets. Kind of a bad loss for the Titans, and they're getting back some more of that youth, some more of that speed. Very interesting here. Finally, the Rams actually get a tackle. Thank God. Brock Purdy goes to the Steelers in the second. I don't know how I'd feel about that. Brock Purdy, I don't think he's worth a second. I guess he is with the upside, but at the same time, I don't think he's a second-round talent. It's just the fact that quarterbacks have insane value if you hit. Tutu Atwell on New York. That's kind of a good fit. I think they need a bigger wide receiver than Tutu. Desmond Ridder going to the Lions is an interesting pick. He doesn't really fit their scheme at all. But we're here at 79. Let's just see who's on the board. LeCount's still here. We don't really need a sub linebacker anymore. Eichenberg is always an interesting option. I mean, there's really not too much here. Shaka Toney's not bad at all. I'm not too pissy when it comes to looking at him. But let's of course give a look in the interior defensive line and stuff because, you guys did lose a little bit. And there really isn't much here for the value. So I'm a little bit turned off by this idea. Obviously, we can always check out wide receiver. You guys have an insane wide receiver core. I can't really see too much besides Justin Ross. And you guys already have bigger targets. It's not like you guys need a big possession style receiver. You already have that. And so, I mean, I'm kind of stuck here. Don't really know where to go at the moment. And again, we just have to continue going back to the board, looking at the options that we do have. And Shaka Toney is honestly the best option that we have. Let's look at all the edges here. Patrick Jones out of Pitt is not my favorite. Shaka Toney, he's a beast. Quiddy, honestly, he's not the greatest. I'm not going to get Xavier Thomas again, guys. I just got him last draft. Honestly, we're going to wait for the edge for Tyreek Smith. Hopefully he remains on the board. But Tyreek Smith's probably going to be the option. What would be interesting? Why not just get another lineman? Okay, you guys are not going to be happy with this, but think about it. What's wrong with getting lineman depth? Your line, obviously you have a solid offensive line, but you do have some guys who are starting to get older, and then Dennis Kelly is not going to be the long-term option. And then obviously Isaiah Wilson's kicked into guard for the time being. So why not get somebody who can either be a rotational guy or can take over for Kelly or take over for anybody who really needs to have anything taken over. I don't think Eichenberg has that much positional versatility like Wilson does, but I think Wilson's better fit at a guard, and now you have a potential tackle for the future in the third round. I can already hear the people getting pissy about me doing that. Baron Browning does not deserve to be this high of a pick. That's some complete bullshit. He has the worst, the worst type of work ethic that I've ever seen. He literally just quits on everything. It's kind of sad. I do not like him at all. That's a good pick. Elijah Molden and TJ Carter. I like them both. I think they're both worth probably third to second round picks. Reed Blankenship. I don't think that's the same guy that was in the XFL and the AFL. Okay, so we're here again. And Justin Ross is still here. That could be obviously an option that we do go to. Let's just check out the edge again. We have Tyreek Smith here. And guys, sometimes you just have to go for value. I do not think this is realistic whatsoever, but we are going Justin Ross. Again, not something we need, but it's you can just take a shot on a guy who has top 10 talent, potential talent. And honestly, I think he's going to be a second rounder. I really don't think he's going to fall anywhere past that, so this is obviously not realistic. But hey, crazier things have happened. DK Metcalf was supposed to not get past number 10 in the draft, and he fell to the second round. So, there's been better talents that have fallen way further. Well, not way further, but value-wise further. Obviously, Kenneth Gainwell, I don't really think he fits. I think he can kind of fit the Chargers scheme. Okay, let's look at the edges again. Tyreek Smith's here. Absolute gold. We stole Tyreek Smith. that is so awesome. Big Cat Bryant just got taken too, which means that we got him the pick before he probably would have been taken. Journey Brown's a beast. I honestly think Journey Brown. Oh my God, he always goes to the Eagles too. I would love to see Journey Brown in the NFL. I think he's going to be a stud. I think he's very similar to Miles Sanders, which he's a little bit overhyped, to be honest, Miles Sanders. But hey, whatever. Jamie Newman, potential future quarterback of the Texans when hopefully Deshaun Watson says, I need to get the fuck out of here for his own career's sake. Okay, so here, obviously A&M interior defensive linemen are not bad whatsoever. Like you can take a shot on an A&M interior defensive lineman. Robert Cooper, honestly, I like Robert Cooper. I've seen him play. Like Robert Cooper is not bad at all. I don't think that he's worth a 6th rounder. Maybe he's like worth a 5th or a late 4th. Like maybe like a compensatory 4th. But I think Robert Cooper is the option here. He has a lot of upside, and he's been playing next to Marvin Wilson, who is arguably, if not, like, I'm pretty sure it's no debate, but he's the best interior defensive lineman in this class. So he's been learning next to a great player in Marvin Wilson. So at least like fake it till you make it, right? And he's gonna make it here. Somebody who you can pair up on this interior defensive line with Jeffrey Simmons, who was an absolute steal. I think that guy was a beast. That was a great pick. So honestly, good value, and overall, I think they're doing a very good job this draft so far. This next pick, let's just see the value here. And I mean, if I didn't select a wide receiver earlier, I would have went one right there, just because wide receivers kind of fall. But Trey Dean is kind of like, this is where you take shots on people who could end up starting. Trey Dean is a guy who I can see being a very good rotational corner, and that's why I'm going to take him here. I think he's pretty damn solid. I don't know why the Titans have the last pick of the 6th round, to be honest. I don't know if they made a trade with the Chiefs, but because the Chiefs are the last pick in this draft. Oh, Javion Hawkins is a beast. I love him. Okay, so that was the Bears pick that I just skipped over for you guys. And we're here, the last picks of the draft. Who are we going to be looking at? These are guys who are probably not going to make the roster, but, you know, might as well see if they make it, right? So, I mean, this is a little too cheesy for me, because I think Hufanga is I think he's more like 2nd to 3rd round quality, not 7th. It's kind of like a dick move to have him there. Okay, I'd probably say 3rd to 4th, but like still, I mean, I gotta go with him though. He's here. I haven't taken him in any other draft. You might as well put him into that rotation. You have a great secondary as it is. You know, just continue taking guys. But I mean, let's just check out the quarterbacks really quick. Felipe Franks could be an interesting option here. And you know what? We're gonna get Shane Buechele. I'm gonna have a little bit of school pride here. Pony up. We're giving Shane Buechele the chance to learn behind Ryan Tannehill, which I think Shane's a little bit close to Ryan Tannehill too. Not to really be copy and paste with, I keep forgetting his name, out of Texas right now. But Shane Buechele and then obviously Texas's quarterback were kind of a similar build in my opinion, and they were in similar schemes. So I think that it would honestly be a really good place to end up taking a shot on a quarterback that has a lot of potential. He is a very high floor, a very good backup quarterback, if not being able to be a very good replacement starter in the NFL. So that's the draft, guys. Do not look at this Charleston Rambo pick. Obviously, it's not the one that actually matters. It was just there because we couldn't trade away that 7th. But yeah, I mean, we got the tight end of the future. We got a guy to completely bolster this linebacking core, make them back to extremely high competing levels. We got a rotational tackle / guard that you can put anywhere, possibly a future tackle for starters. And then Justin Ross, guy with huge potential. Tyreek Smith, again, a guy who's going to be a good rotational player, high potential. Robert Cooper, high floor type of guy. And then Trey Dean, someone to take a shot on. Shane Buechele, somebody who can just stick behind Ryan Tannehill and learn and possibly take the reins. So I think this is overall a really great draft. Let me know what you guys think. I know Titans fans are very opinionated, and I'll see you on the far side. Peace.